Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the shop. Went over to Dad today. Man, that SR-71's looking good. But, okay, back to my drill jig. Okay, I designed this to fit inside that trench, inside that little cut I made right there. That's how I made them. I put like 4 of them cutoff wheels in there. Kind of went that way, but then I had, since that was at an angle, I had to go back that way and clean them up just a bit. Alright. Now, I set my drill jig right there in place. And just kind of eyeball it semi-square. Push too hard, you know, let the drill do the work. We don't want to splitter out this wood, you know. That drill jig right there in place, square it up. Bam, that easy. Square that dude up. Bam. There we go. Now all of them are drilled at the right same angle. And I'll be able to line them up just perfect. Now, if you guys wondering, well, how'd you make that jig? Well, I just kind of knew where I wanted them things to come out. You see, these hinges are going to stick out. Well, that's all right. I'll glue them, let them set up, then I'll come trim that out. Hit it with some filler to make it look decent. And that's just fine. But one thing you can do, okay, is drill your first one. Just eyeball it how you want it, especially if you got a bunch of them to drill and they're at an angle or something. Drill your first one and then leave your drill bit sticking in there. You know, unchuck it, leave your drill bit sticking in there, put your dowel on there, then you can take your piece of wood and just stick it kind of behind it, you know, and draw you a line, cut it, glue it on. And they'll be all the same. And I'm going to show you guys another neat trick here. I don't know if there's a modeler out there that ain't glued a hinge together. I mean, all you got to do is get a little bit of epoxy on that joint. Bam, that hinge is solid. And man, you can't clean them out. So what I like to do is I take me a drop of 3-in-1 oil. Just any thin grade oil. I use transmission fluid a lot. You don't want to get a whole lot on there, and just barely touch that to there, and then turn it around the other way. I do this just before I glue them in, so they won't sit around and get oil all over them. But I do that just before I glue them in. Now you can never glue that hinge solid. You can cake epoxy all over that thing, let it set up. Now all you got to do is break it loose, and it's just like that again. But believe me, I've glued hinges together before, and it's no fun getting them out. It's possible, but kind of sucks. You know, I tell you right now, if you guys ever need to do that, what you got to do is just take your Dremel and cut them through your surface. Chuck up a piece of brass tubing, a little bit smaller, or just a frickle bigger than that, and then you could After you cut it, you can chuck that up in your drill and go in that way, you know, and then pull them out. So it is possible to remove these hinges. If you want to recover a plane, you got to fix a couple hinges, or just any reason you need to take them out. That's how you do it. Just a piece of brass tubing, chuck it up in your drill, and boom, drill right around it. And then when you go to drill it back in, you got to cotton flock it up. Or you can do this. Okay, say you got to drill that hole. Now it's got a big old sloppy hole. Take your dowel rod, glue a dowel rod in there, and then re-drill it, and you'll have the perfect hole again. Okay, oh, I got one more to drill here. So there's your tip of the day: how to replace a hinge. Okay, square it up. Bam. I had someone ask me if we was gonna, oh doggone it, I hit the side of that one. How did I do that? Alright, no biggie. I can fix that, people. Don't give up on me. Make sure it's deep enough. Oh, drill through the side a little bit. Doggone it. Oh well, I'm just going to go ahead and glue that dude in there, and then fill the side of it. A little Bondo on it. I like my stuff to look really neat. We can fix her up. Yeah. As long as it's past deep enough to where I can cover it. Okay. Now, to get all them hinges in a perfect line, what I'm going to do, like I told you guys before the other day, glue these two end ones in. Alright? You get them just how you want them. You want the pin, the center of the pin on that top edge. And you got to leave a little frickle of a gap. So you just want to kind of expose the end a little bit. Okay, bam, that's perfect. And then put that side in, glue them, let them set up. Alright, then you glue these three in there, and you stand it up like there, with all these hinge points on a flat surface, okay? And that will line up your pins to where they open freely. Because if you get one a little deeper and one that's out a little bit, it won't want to open up right. It's going to want to bind stuff when stuff's open. Say you got them on an elevator, okay? And after you get them glued, it wants to clunk up or clunk down. It'll go clunk, clunk, clunk. Them hinges will break in flight. Trust me, I've known this. I've did it before. And that's why it's real important that you line them hinges up. And that goes for gluing in aileron, elevator, anything. You got them hinges got to be in a straight line. The hinge itself. And that's just an easy way to do it. Bam. Since I started doing them like that, I've had no trouble. No trouble. The only surface I've ever had blow off is because it went clunk, clunk, and I knew it when it happened, but I just didn't know if it was going to do anything, you know. I just went ahead and finished the plane and built it like that, and sure enough, on like the second flight, floom, there goes one of the elevators. And the other side stayed on, and I was able to get it around and land it, but that could have been fatal. Could have been fatal. Okay, that's done. Now what I got to do, So I gotta find the rest of them Robart hinges. I know I bought a bunch.